live, so I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. I find myself a little bit tired. I took an afternoon nap, and then I took another 7 minutes of nap, and then I woke up from that not feeling particularly energized. But I'm here with you, friends, and this state of being that I'm in inspired today's stream topic about what rest looks like for different people. Right? I've been in a very weird state. I don't know if I'm coping or if I'm experiencing some sort of waves, right? Like the meteor struck and I'm still experiencing some of the waves. But I have been very dissociated. Hey Google, define dissociated. Especially in abstract context, to disconnect or to feel separate. In chemistry, to split into separate, smaller atoms. Nay. That seems to be all the information I'm getting. Yeah, to feel separate. I feel separate from this experience a little bit. And it's not necessarily bad, but it doesn't feel true. It feels like mistrust of my own experience. Right? Like I'm so grateful to be alive, kind of vibe, to have food to eat. And at the same time, the having food to eat comes with insecurities. And then I'm so grateful to do what it is I'm doing. And then I worry that being tired means something other than being tired. I don't have words today. Maybe I'm supposed to rest. That is what I'll do. We'll get into it slowly but surely. I see Brother Ryan is here. He was at least wishing us all a meaningful Sunday. Thank you, Brother Bear. Joy V, good morning to you. Sam, to you too. You've had a stressful week. Your body is probably coming down from it. Yeah, that's what it feels like. The yoga as well, Joy. Not fun. Like it was rough. It felt like I was doing yoga for someone else's body. I don't feel like myself right now. Oh, that actually makes sense. I also didn't sleep properly yesterday because I had to be up pretty early to drive the boys, so I'm probably paying some sleep tax as well. Did you talk to Christian lately, or is it just a coincidence that his poem today was about rest? I have been trying to talk to him. He hasn't replied to my most recent message. But yeah, I felt your heart as well reading that poem of his, Jovan. The fact that you read it means you probably had that experience too. Sam, other Sam's, Man Sam is here with us. I think the cure is a big virtual hug. Also, some grounding exercises. Yeah, it's like a sensitivity. I used the word mistrust earlier, right? Like there's a worry in me, like an apprehension, like a resistance to embracing this experience as fully as I could because of this lack of trust I feel almost in myself. Rest? What is that? It's like running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So, if so, I got that. I don't even know, bro. I think that is kind of today's point. Right? The fact that rest looks differently for each of us. I've been vaping a lot of weed this week. At least I could. At least my vape wasn't stolen as well. And it does help, but I feel like I might be because of the tired as well, the sleepiness. Using it a little bit as a crutch. But bruh, it helps me rest. And that is a little bit in short supply for me right now. I'm not gonna wave just because you tell me. Wave, hi Sam. Love is true. Yeah, I feel that though, Sam. I'm the same way. Wait a second. You just told me what I'm supposed to do. Now I am under moral duress to make sure I do not follow your orders of me. Apparently, I can't type my wave. Fail to. Well, I'm happy that I'm not the only one feeling that state of sleepiness. I feel I feel really out of it right now. Like even my voice, even listening to my own voice, feels like I'm listening to someone else. That's strange. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like having a friend here with me. Like I'm listening to someone else, right? I'm gonna take some more of my medicine. Came from home. This is also Fino too, so it's gonna do the job. I also have in this little thingy the whole plant. This is a whole plant of one of the little autoflowers. I got 6.7 grams. Yeah, not exactly impressive. But it is an autoflower plant. And it is my very first time kind of working with them, so maybe I'll get better at maybe harvest some more next time. We totally forget about the tired and power through. I have to go do 8 hours of weeding in the hot sun today. Taking a deep breath with you. Weirdly enough, Dad, someone today sent me a link to a place where I can buy cheap distillate vapes. Is it distillate vapes? I think so. And cheap is like $25. Relatively cheap. And I just thought it was funny, bro. After the conversation we had yesterday, the universe is like, "What? You want some distillate vape? You want some? You want some of this? No, no, sir. Thank you. Thank you, but bless you, bro. Well, at least you aren't weeding in the snow. True. Some silver linings. Weed does not help me when I'm tired. It just makes it worse. I don't know if it's making it worse. I haven't eaten this next one just yet, but it makes it a little bit less bad for me, right? Like when I'm in a completely sober mind and I'm tired, I become insecure, worried that I'm not performing, as good as I'm supposed to or whatever. But when I'm in this state of mind, it helps me be a little bit less judgmental of that fact. Jovan is giving us some thing to be proud of, saying that it is day 4 of no smokes. I cried a lot the first day. Weed makes me so patient, but so much less serious. Feeling like intermittent fasting with it. That might be the way. I have I have established that to be the right way to do weed so many times, Joe. You're so wise. Am I weak? No. No, I'm just in need of help. Right? You're not weak when you cannot push a car up the hill by yourself. Right? You just need some help. Here we go. Take that one with you. These lips are hard in the lungs, live resin or nothing. I hit the thing hard yesterday, but it gave me the calm to crush it. Bless you, bro. Joe, no weed for 4 days now. October is coming on fast. Before I know it, it's gonna be October again. Love is true. Love is true. Is Loizana here too? Bless you, friend. Thank you for blessing ours. It's nice having you here. All right. I saw Jovan asking if you can put live resin in your Dynavap. And I don't know if you can do live resin, but I do believe you can do dabs. There's this little coil almost that fits perfectly in that little hole where you put your bud, and you can put dab basically on that little coil and then heat it up the same way you heat up this one. And it works. It does work, but I was seeing more like people were selling these disposables and ceramic bowled. Those that you look at like with the 510 connectors connect to like a power source. Mm, I am very sensitive to season changes. Have you been getting deeper into fall where you are? Actually, yes, Sam. Maybe that's also affecting me right now. It is definitely getting a little bit colder. I I have a blanket with me when I'm chilling in places, when I'm still, right? Don't have a blanket right now, but as soon as the stream is gonna be done and I find myself on the couch making a flower or something, I'm gonna need a blanket. It's gonna be cold. And I prefer that, honestly, like not having to turn my fan on at night has been nice. The temperature shift. It does change my demeanor as well, though. It makes me very hibernation aware, right? Like I realize how behaviors in my body change, how my hunger stimuli changes. Like it's like I'm very much like trying to pack on some weight right now or something. Mm, that's History Sam. Me too. Did I miss something? All messages? Oh, the season changes. Me too. The air pressure swings are what gets me. Spring means allergies to me, Sam. I get food, gas, air pressure. I don't get that one too much. I have like ear pressure right now, a little bit it seems. Like my whole face feels tight, my body as well. My lower back was significantly more tight than it used to be. Pojo, here too with us. Bless you, bro. We're trying to rest on this beautiful Sunday. I'm trying to reason how tired I am, where tired I am, what tired I am, and then hopefully, if we find some sort of answer for all of us, we might know how we're supposed to rest. How am I supposed to rest? Sideways? Do I need more sleep? I want to read Christian's poem since we're talking about sleep right now. He posted it yesterday to his Patreon, and it goes as such. Let me lull you lovingly in lasting lucid dreams. Beautiful, sweet soul. Release the taut chains of your porticulous eyelids and lift the drawbridge of your consciousness. There's nowhere left to go today. Calm your fires. Rest peacefully. Often we fight sleep when we need it most, mistaking it for an enemy instead of the friend that it is. When the day is done and the soft mists of dream reach out, let go of the worries keeping you back. Drift into the mysterious for a little while. There's nothing wrong with taking a break from this life. In fact, it's healthy. Resting. I am resting. I am present for this moment. I feel calm and collected. Yes. Yes. I'm invasive and stinky. That sounds like a Pictionary, right? Stink bug. Certain types of stink bug. Invasive and stinky. Pollen flying around. Lots and lots of Bradford trees here. They're beautiful, but the criticism is that they're invasive and stinky. Oh, shame. There's like a film of yellow pollen along the banks of the lake. Nature be getting its funk so much. Oh goodness. Films of pollen. Lol, you guys, you get your rest. I have to go put on something energetic, or I'm going to be sleepy. These sleepy were, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry if I am lulling us all gently to sleep. As the waves of reality crash against our senses, we close our eyes and find ourselves in the waves of our blankets. I'm still connected to whatever I am. I just I just feel like it's happening without me having to do something. Maybe that's what rest will show us as well. Shows us what we're capable of. Yes, 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 must be. That tracks joy. There are so many pollen trees here. The wind blows in May. The air turns green. Green air. Green from all the pollen flying around in the air. That is absolutely wild. Keep the predators away, maybe. Yes, Bradford trees are the devil themselves. Yo. They stink like crap, but they're everywhere because they're easy to take care of and they're beautiful. And they choke out natives with benefit. Without benefit? joy because they suck so much. They want to rub it in your face. There's a big flower that blooms rarely in China, but when it does, it produces a stench like death. So much so, they named it the corpse flower. It grows so slow as well, that corpse flower. It's insane. Slugging Bradford off. Bradford pear trees might be pretty in spring, but of fire, the invasive burn of fire behind my eyes. I love how you friends are communicating so much depth and beauty, right? Like the duality of this experience. That something can be beautiful and sightly, but also toxic and damaging. At least we know now. At least we find ourselves in a state of reality where all of you friends, and if you friends are a small sample of the collective, at least we know now that these things are. I didn't even know about Bradford pears. Didn't know about that at all. I'm learning things with you, friends. mm I got it back in bed after yoga. I'm cozy. Nice. I'm sleepy, but today, another day for me to rest. No harm, no foul. I know, Duck Dad. Bless you, bro. Have a good one. I have not been sleeping well at all. I'm awake half the night and I can't get up in the morning. I missed yoga yesterday by an hour and a half. Louisiana, that's okay. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's something that is, called for in this experience right now for you. I'm sorry that you're not sleeping well. I want to ask questions, but I believe you will share with me as much as you feel comfortable. Apparently, the best thing you can do for your sleep is to go to sleep at the same time. You can do both, but it is like an either or kind of thing. Or you wake up at the same time consistently. Because the sleeping at the same time might be more difficult than the waking up at the same time every day. It has something to do with our biological rhythms, our circadian rhythms, the clock in our brains for how and when we're supposed to get tired. You can see them all along the sides of the highway because semi trucks will blow their seeds all over the place. That does actually make sense. Like, usually when I thought about invasive trees, I would think about like them spreading in like a circle around where they're invading. But thinking about them literally being distributed by human movement and stuff as well, just driving our trucks, that becomes a much bigger problem real quickly. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Rabbit, what are you doing in the middle of the night while you are awake and can't sleep, may I ask? Oversleeping is brilliant. I put my sleepy podcast back on and hope for the best. So, there is this way of doing Loxana, and this is again me sharing information that I have been shared with. So I don't have any personal experience doing this. But if this pattern continues, where you find yourself awake in the middle of the night, uh, intentionally stay awake for at least an hour, right? Maybe continue doing as you do with your podcast, but find other things to do as well, right? Like, I don't know if you like knitting or working with your hands or drawing, or maybe you could make some music, right, for that hour. And then after that hour is done, you then head back to sleep. And you do kind of like calculate it into your day, right? That hour becomes then a part of your day, so you still have to try and get the proper amount of sleep. But I've heard people getting, some success actually following that technique. Hmm. That's a great yoga with Adrian video. It can help induce sleep. Like forgetting the name of it. My brain feels inaccessible to me. That's another part of it. Like I feel like my memory It's not what it's supposed to be. It's kind of concerning, actually, a little bit. No, it's work. It's our extremely busy season, and I'm working from early morning until night, and then I just can't unwind. Okay, yeah, that seems like a hard one to just literally, overcome with words. I do go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time. My sleep hygiene hasn't changed, just the length and intensity of work days. It'll be like this for 2 more weeks and then hopefully we'll calm down. Like, I understand what you're talking about as well. I haven't had days like yours, Louisiana, but I know that feeling of like my mind refuses to wind down. Like, I'm just laying there and I'm like, in my brain, this thing, that thing, this thing must here, this thing must there, that thing must so, I must go there, and then this, and then, and it's not very restful. But apparently, Lozana, another piece of wisdom, is just being still. If you find yourself in that mental state where you're not sleeping, at least what you would consider sleeping, just pretend that you're sleeping with your body, right? Be perfectly still. And I promise you, that's apparently the best way to do it because that also helps you eventually get quicker to that sleep state. It's just to be perfectly still. Like you can get rest that way too, right? Even if you're not actually sleeping, if you just allow yourself stillness, it is restful. All right. Loizana, I think you might like the comedian Joe Pera. He's so gentle and wise and soft spoken. He reminds me of you. Might be a fun wind down. That is a nice idea, actually. He has a podcast. Gonna post it in the Discord later if anyone else is interested. Thank you, Joe, for sharing. Please do. I'm in the Home Depot parking lot picking up supplies. 38 Bradford pear trees. Then the major grocery store next door has another 25. And all of the fast food places have 5 each. Because they're so easy to take care of, you mentioned how long do they stink? How long do they stink for during their cycle? Right? If like it's a year goes by, they stink for 5 months, for 1 month. Do they only stink when they have flowers? I want to know these things as well. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you, Joe and Jovan. I will look him up. I might have seen him before. The name sounds familiar. I love good comedians. Phil Henley is big favorite, right? Is a big favorite right now. This is like a 5 block by 5 block area with that many of them. All messages. I do believe I did switch to all messages. Yeah. Pear tree and a partridge and a pear tree. I don't know what that means. I feel my brain is operating at like 5% capacity right now. I'm still seeing pretty things. I was just staring into what looked like a psychedelic tunnel, right? With definitely very tunnel vibes, right? Like a cylinder going somewhere, and then there was layers in that cylinder that was like the edges of psychedelic flowers. I am That cylinder led to some strange rooms. Hey Katie, bless you friend. It's nice having you. We're resting. I'm maximum laze right now. Just being still. My mom used to recommend that. She'd say, at least your body is resting and your eyes are closed, so that's good. Then your brain might finally follow suit. I've tried getting up and doing stuff, but then I'm awake for good, and I get deliriously tired all day. Okay. I'm happy that you've tried the other one at least. Maybe the fact that I give you the same wisdom as your mom of all people, maybe there's some truth to that, right? Have you tried that one? Do you try that one? Because I find, at least, when I'm in that not winding down state, I end up like toss and turning as well. Like I can't find myself comfortable. I'm like, now I'm uncomfortable here, so I'm gonna move here. And then if I move here, then surely I'll be asleep by the time I'm uncomfortable again. And then I think about that. And then by the time I'm uncomfortable again, I move again, and then I'm more awake. So the stillness thing has helped me personally. Melty seems deflated. I am deflated, bro. There's been a few things that took the winds out of my sails. Just like the strong gusts, right? The ship is still heading forward. The momentum cannot be stopped, right? But the gusts sometimes, sometimes doesn't push you in the right direction. Maybe I should say it that way. Mm. Listen to Joe talks. My daily sleep at night. How about that? Like rotten flesh and body fluids until they're not pretty anymore. All spring. Oh, that is extreme. That is so extreme. But I guess then it is, because of their flowers. Yeah, hi Katie. Yes, I like to Drew Ackerman's Sleep With Me, and I love it. But sometimes it's a little too interesting, and I find myself listening, if you know what I mean. I will try Joe Pera tonight. I think I've heard about Joe Pera as well. He has like a very like chill voice like that, right? I don't know if I probably butchered it completely. Let me just see his face. Yes, yes, this is exactly who I thought. He has this like Adult Swim little animated thing where he's just sitting and talking to you as well. He's such a cool dude. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It sounds like Bradford trees as a good metaphor. Alan Watts lectures help me fall asleep too. Word rabbit. Thank you. Let me know. Yee Katie, isn't he so sweet? I met him a few weeks ago at the Comedian Attic. Oh goodness. I think you might have said something like that, but for some reason I didn't make the connection that I actually knew that face before. And he's so kind and charmingly awkward for a nerdy fella. Bless. I don't think Alan would see that as a compliment, Katie. Yeah, Alan Watts's lectures putting you to sleep. He probably wouldn't think that's a compliment. But I've had, my dad say something similar to me as well. And in that moment, I could take it as a compliment. So it depends on our, Alan Watts' state of mind in the moment. Is that a gobbledygoo sending you neuroplasticity vibes? If such a thing is possible. Thank you, bro. I need some neuroplasticity right now. Maybe you're just sending me the encouragement to uh, induce more neuroplasticity in myself because I'm feeling like stuck, like locked, bro. Like locked away from myself, but still capable of being myself, but not feeling like I am. Right? Like it's a whole trip. Mm-hmm. I stand corrected. And Katie, 3 cheers for South California for banning them. That the plants that are banned and the plants that should be. Yeah, exactly. I recognize those animations, right? I would like to share my healthy sleep vibes. If such a thing is possible, I receive Gab's healthy sleep vibes as well. To go to sleep at an appropriate hour. I have been a lot better with it. going to sleep at an appropriate hour. That is, it's just now recently that it's been falling apart a bit. Mm. Or Alan Watts. Probably Joe Pera. Alan Watts has been not around for a while. My brain makes falling asleep difficult sometimes, even when my body is ready. It helps me personally to meditate and do breath work. Slow with my breathe to sleepy tempo. Slowing my breath to a sleepy tempo. Yeah, that's good, bro. And do you try and be still in that breathing state? Right? Do you like lay on your back? What is your posing like that as well? You're cool, Simon. I miss watching you skating and dancing with a broom. Not the same Simon, but Simon would love to know that you're missing him. Bless. Just googled Alan Watts and he died in 1970s. Or is that the wrong Alan Watts? That's the right Alan Watts. Alan Watts has been dead for a long time, but his teachings live on. I can't listen to Joe Pera because it just sounds like listening to my neighbors talk. It is a Miss Western accent after all. That's true. Joe Pera, golly, I probably wouldn't be here due to cardiac arrest if I'd met Alan Watts. Yeah, true. I'm also very Alan Watts, star spangled, if you will. I lay on my back, arms crossed like a vampire. That's interesting that you use that word specifically, Gobbledygoo. Today we talked in yoga about being vampires, about sleeping like vampires, about being able to just go to sleep for like hundreds of years, wake up to a whole new society. Be like, what's happening now? The society is still wrecked. You go to sleep for 30 more years. Oh, bless you. I'm not having trouble falling asleep, just staying asleep. I've been waking up at like 2, 3, 4, etc. Well, all of those hours, weirdly enough, are energetically significant. I don't know if you believe in such, but the way that it was verbalized, where it made sense to me, is that in those hours of the night, there is quite literally in your immediate vicinity less people awake. So, this consciousness that we all are, that flows through all of our beings, is less congested with other people's minds. And it can, for that reason, be valuable to exist in that state. Even though it might not be fun with the sleep you're missing, maybe that could be one way to see it as well. Sorry about that, the big dirt nap. Maybe, goodness. Oh man, the big old dirt nap. That's so brutal. Maybe I'm retabling to sleep. No, don't drugs. Gobbledygook, you super radical, cooler gracious. I'm proud of what you do for you and appreciate how you share your wise crafts. It's so much love. It does kind of sound great. Wouldn't that be nice? Speaking of, would y'all freeze yourself for hundreds of years if it meant that you could live in the future? Vanilla Sky vibes, Futurama vibes. No, probably not. Probably not, because I mean, like, there's a lot of things that have to go right in order for you to be unfrozen in the future. Like a lot, like an absurd amount of things, and it is possible. However, I don't think it will come to that. We might have to freeze ourselves. We want to do interstellar travel. I see freezing ourselves working for that, but just freezing ourselves to wake up in the future again, that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. Right? Am I taking all of my friends with me? Am I just leaving my loved ones behind? Being like, oh wait, I'm gonna slightly, mildly die right now, hurting you, and then I'm gonna l- stay there until you die, hurting you because you never had me in your life, and then I'm gonna wake up to a world where you're dead, hurting me because now, right? Like that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. right? Seeing my puppy cry, never getting to see me again, like Finn's dog did, right? No, because I need to evolve with the world. Yeah, we have to evolve with the world. Otherwise, the future world will totally kill me immediately. I mean, if you think about it from the whole germs, like the germ gnome, right? If there's a biome, there's a germ gnome too, totally. And that germ gnome will just like straight kill you if you haven't been evolving with it kind of vibe. So, Jovan is right. Lois, that's me too. I can fall asleep fairly easily now, but waking up is a definite issue. Sleep hygiene is important. Fresh sheets, made bed every day, clean bedroom. You do nothing but sleep in. Clean bedroom. You do nothing but sleep in. I feel like there was like context missing. The light situation too. Darkness is important for sleep seas. Yeah, I literally have a scarf next to my pillow that goes over my eyes if it's not dark enough in my room, and that actually helps me to. Oh, okay. So that last message wasn't like an insult, like you do nothing but sleep in, right? Like you lazy, you do nothing but do this. No, it was more like if you're in your bedroom, you should do nothing but sleep in it. Like that room should be associated with, oh, the bedroom might be a little bit broad. So maybe if you're on the bed, right? Once you go on the bed, that should be like, oh, I'm sleeping now. Your brain should make that association. At least that's what I believe Sam is saying. Joe Biden, I'm adopting Coolio Gracious. Coolio Gracious. It is a cool one actually. To my vernacular, thank you, God, for listening so beautifully, bro. Sam, my bedroom is cluttered right now. I'm having a closet space clothing issue. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the clothing piles are waking me up. You would be surprised. It would because it feels like there's a this energy of incompletion happening in your space. All right, so maybe your body sleeps for like a few hours and then it's like, okay, awake, pack this shit away, and then we can go back to sleep. So maybe once you wake up tonight, if you wake up tonight, just pack away like three clothing items or something. Set a task out to do it. Maybe that would help. I hope so. I hope that you get better sleep, dear friend. Probably need a new mattress, but money's yeah. We have sent embryos into space, haven't we? Have we? I think we sent a package into deep space with all of our info and how we live. That is true. We've sent a disk. I don't know if we've sent embryos though. I also use a lava lamp when we sleep. It gives the room this really soft, warm glow and makes it so much easier for me to rest when I can't see. Rather than in the dark, that triggers my prey instincts. So interesting how people differ. For me, it's the exact opposite. If there is like literally the little light on the side of the wireless charging pad I use to charge my earphones, right? That little light, it would like shine when it is charging. I taped a rock to that little light because it was generating too much light. Like literally a drop of light in my environment was too much. Like it's, I even get triggered if there's, like lights on outside my room, or if the lights are left on outside my room, while I'm trying to sleep. Perfect pitch black darkness. Towards a group of stats stars that whose name escaped me right now. That's okay, Katie. I often struggle with feeling lazy when I'm not working. Mind over a mattress. Do the clothing piles guilt you when you look at them, Loizana? Loizana. I find that the clutter in my home is like clutter in my brain. I usually don't realize it until I've cleaned it up and I feel the breath of fresh air. Realizing right now, I need to tidy. Bless you, Jovan. The awareness you friends demonstrate is always so refreshing. Yes, I only use my bedroom for sleeping. That's why the piles of clothes, I think. I literally forgot about them when I don't see them. which is all day. Yeah, and then you get to your room to sleep, and then it's there. I love eBay, but the thoughts of buying a used mattress on eBay gives me the ick. Yeah, that does have a certain level of susness to it. Like I'm thinking about the fractal law of like the mattress I'm using right now has been my parents' mattress for the last 18 years. And I didn't think about it until right now. So thank you, Joy Vive. Now I am icked out as well. I'm working on decluttering my closet and especially drawer space. It's going slowly, but I finally have a day off today. Bless. I will work on that. I hope it helps, dear friend. I learned you can use lava lamps to keep computer security. Yeah, because they randomize cameras onto bio to blobs in the lava lamp. I don't know if that makes sense. I saw the same video you saw, Katie. They have like a whole wall of lava lamps, and then they have machine learning image, sensors pointing at those blobs. And then based on how the blobs look, they basically have different values in the encryption. So it's impossible for a person to hack that encryption because it's literally some blobby shapey on a lava lamp in the real world. It's pretty cool. And they even show you these lava lamps. Like even if you knew what the blobs looked like, you cannot you cannot break the encryption. I actually just spent the last 2 days doing a deep clean of my room, discarding all clothing pieces, repositioning everything. I always sleep much better in a clean space. Bless. The fact that you also went through that now recently, we're talking about it. Simplifying the environment helps relax my mind. I gotta go buy a mold test kit today. My landlord doesn't care, and my breathing has gotten worse. I hope that you find nothing, but I hope your breathing gets better as well. Does anyone know a good affordable one? I wouldn't be able to help. Do you live in the States with Tennessee laws, Katie? Yeah, we're working on suing him once he tries to evict. There's a ton wrong with the building, and he doesn't respond. And he hasn't responded, so we stopped paying rent. Love is true. I hope he gets back to you. Kind of vibes. I am. Going to stack this thing one more time. And then I'm gonna try one of these auto flower plants. Stay strong, Katie. Katie is strong. I don't even think she has to stay strong. Katie is just strong. She's weathering this experience pretty well. It's an uncomfortable one to be in. Like I remember my stint in China. My kitchen sink for 7 months wouldn't connect to the drain because the previous tenants threw a bunch of hot oil down that hole and melted the pipes at the bottom of it. So it doesn't go into the drain, it's just like a loose pipe that goes down. So every time I had to wash my dishes, I had to put a bucket underneath my sink to drain it into the bucket, and then I had to carry that bucket around to my bathroom to then throw it into the toilet. And I begged and I begged. I pleaded with my landlord to fix it. I was told it will be fixed. It'll be fixed. I'll fix it. I'm fixing it soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your sweetheart. I'm fixing it, bro. When I left, 9 months later, it was still not fixed. It was still very not fixed. Is he alive, Katie? That happened to my hairdresser, and the landlord turned up upside down. Belly up. That is rough. No, he's alive. He's canceled meetings with us 3 times, once included with the safety inspector. He's just a bad person. A bad person. We are a bunch of friends. Thank you for joining us. Like, I feel like this is the worst possible time for you to be here. I feel so uninteresting. But love you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. If you take anything away from today, is that you're appreciated. That you make a difference in this world. That you can touch people's lives in a way that they think about you reminiscingly, lovingly, kindly. I was having this thought today of like, how can I ensure that I live in a way where when people think of me, they only think good things? I don't know how much of that is ego, maybe all of it, but still, bless all of you friends. Thank you for being here. Katie, we had a problem like that one time. I ended up calling the health department to get in contact with a shady landlord. Health code violations are no joke to local authorities. Yeah, and rightly so. If he committed himself to the path of evil, then he must pay, Katie. Jobo, don't tempt me. Stay strong. I really appreciate your support, everyone. You are loved, Katie. Local authorities don't care. The health officer said he was retiring and couldn't do anything about it. Talk about therapy via YouTube. Yeah, the flea, the flag for that is a bad person. Right, John? Kinda like we're allowing Mal to rest as the chat takes the reins. It's nice. I'm getting to like watch something unfold right in front of my eyes. Shell is here too. Bless you, friend. Go and couldn't do anything about it. That that's not a thing. That doesn't work like that. It's never worked like that. How utterly weird that the grown adult would lie like that. It's the again path of least resistance fractal. And it's very easy to just throw your hands up. Oh, I don't know how to. No, no throwing of hands. Only taking of responsibilities. Yes, right. This is the way. This is the way. Like there's no escaping our responsibilities. And if you're gonna be a landlord, right? If you're gonna literally profit off of people's living situation, then making sure they have a living situation is not that much to ask. Hmm. This smells like candy ice cream. I am pleased. It doesn't look like that amazing, but it doesn't look bad. I'll take one of these ones. No, 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 no. Okay, health. No, I think I've written one. No, I haven't. Health code violations are a serious issue in my local governments. They can condemn. Don't you live in New York? I believe Katie lives in New York. And lean the property if it doesn't comply with their requests. You just have to get the ball rolling on the pathway. Yeah. Actually start making some noise. I think he's waiting for everyone to leave so he can condemn it. But we are the only ones fighting for the building. Ah. Well, that is uh, vital information. So the building is by his mind as well, kind of like totaled, like over it, right? And you still do want to live in the building. I get that. That is a predicament. Throwing out ideas, appreciate the honesty. Been a long time since someone called me that. Called you what? Oh, oh, oh. Hmm. Smells nice. Does smell nice. Joy, I was like over here, like she's got comfortable real fast. Smells like smells like if jelly beans grew on plants. That's what that smells like. If jelly beans grew on plants. Ooh, and it's so you know those kinetic sands where they move in that like kind of weird way. This bud is moving in that way, crushed. Feels nice and sticky as well. I got so little. The maximum I got was 6.86 grams of a whole plant. That's fine. I experience. Cheers for free rent, and hope you can come out ahead. Try to get yourself an air purifier maybe, and put it by the bed, and spend a little time there if you can. Yeah, New York strong. I feel that as well. On top of that, maybe if you're not spending that money on the rent, saving that so that if, worst comes to worst and you have to find a new place, you'll have a little bit of a buffer at least, to go and do so. Happy donkey, mom's home. Yeah, scared the shit out of me. The donkey. Is it that loud? I had a great memory until COVID lockdown. I just don't know what happened. Time dilated and my memory hasn't been the same since. I think spending a lot of time indoors also changes our memories, right? Or at least changes our attachment to them, changes our formation of them. Because if you're in the same place every day, right, like the way I think of it at least, is that memory, at least in part, evolved as a survival mechanism. That if I remembered where the good fruit trees were, as I moved over that land, I would be able to find food over and over again. So I would survive, and then my children would proliferate forward, whatever, yada yada, evolution. So, in my mind, at least, the spending time indoors day after day after day, the reason it will mess with your memory is because you don't have to remember any more about your environment. You might have to remember more about conversations and about happenings, but your environment stays pretty static. So your memory with that, I believe. Maybe. That's the way I'm thinking of it at least. Knowing Donkey Duck honks honks when he's happy to greet his fam is now so endearing to me. Love is true. Right? That is it helps. When the lady told me that fact about, and maybe I can share it again, the reason the donkey screams, at least according to the lady who owns him, is that he makes that noise when he sees her come outside her home. Right? When she comes like up to his little pin or whatever, he makes that noise. So it is a sound of love. It has helped me, kind of like feel a little bit more okay with it as well because of that show. So nice that you share that. Saltwater solutions and air purifiers can work wonders on mold and mildew. True. One donkey is terrified of the lady. No, happy to see instead. Instead of show us your fridge, show us your donkey. Touch the camera through the fence. Touchy touchy facers. If you don't have a donkey, what are you even doing? Except donkey. Donkeys are high maintenance. I believe there are like horse-like creatures. Hey, Kristen, bless you. I am jet lag queen. Love you, dear friend. I hope you get to rest. I am feeling pretty tired myself, and today's stream topic is about rest. So I hope you get some. Sending you love and Kristen. The only thing I know about donkeys is that they could talk. They'd be fucking annoying. They probably would, to be honest. They just, they don't just eat hay. I don't know anything about them. And they're territorial, great guard animals for farms. They'll stomp the shiznit out of predators. Where's the donkey Batman voice? I'm donkey. I'm donkey. No, I'm living my best life. Hello, Brother Bear, and hello to all beautifully amazing humans. Some of you may remember me, such a wonderful fractal overload of wholesomeness. Love you from Clint. Hey Clint, bro, dude. It's been a while, Clint. How are you doing? Are you out of the hospital? Like that was the last time I heard from Clint, right? Clint is in the hospital, and then Clint just disappears from my world. I choose to not believe people die. I believe you cannot die, technically speaking. Your body will die, eventually speaking, but you can't die, right? Not the thing that you are, because it got coded into this reality. It's a part of the space-time continuum that cannot die, right? It's literally, it is as much as everything else isness. You cannot unis yourself. Love you, Clint. Bless you, bro. It's nice to see you're still up and alive here with us, man. Continuing forward, not giving up. They annoy ogres, joy. They also date dragons, but only up until the conditions that the dragon wishes it. I'm gonna I'm gonna vape this vape because I need some help right now after reading that sentence. Mm. Okay. That tasted like the first puffs, at least. I was in a candy manufacturing company, right? Or in a building. Like they were just absolutely making jelly beans as fast as they could. Very sharp, like almost like chemically, with like all of the industrial equipment and maybe the flavorings being in high concentration. And then the second round, the second heat cycle at least, it was like they put those jelly beans in cookies and then baked those cookies, and then the smells that came off of those cookies, was the taste of the vapor. Very nice. Mm. I don't know which one it is, unfortunately. It's either Fog Monster or Russian Gorilla, but both of them share a mother that was a strawberry gorilla plant. So those strawberry candy terpenes should be expected. Mm. Then it's down. Yeah. Melt Logic doesn't understand the Sam comment. Hits the vape for clarity. No, I think I understand. I understand the Shrek joke. It was just, it was, it was just the matter of factness with which you said it, and my instant getting of exactly what you're saying, and feeling like I've gone so far. I watched Shrek when I was a 6 year old. Hey Google, when did Shrek 1 come out? Yeah. Shrek 1 came out in April 22, 2001. And then when I was 6 years old, I went and watched Shrek 2 in on May 19th, 2004. Right? Because it was my birthday on the 14th of May. So I got to choose what I wanted to do. And I wanted to watch Shrek 2. So like that movie has been like literally a part of my life because I watched Shrek 1 as a 3, 4, 5 year old over and over again because we had it on VHS. I get it. It's too real. Now having a donkey this close to me. Maybe it's the way it's supposed to be. Am I the dragon or the ogre? That's the question I'm asking. Is the donkey seducing me or annoying me? Guess I'm Shrek, bro. You know what the best part is? Human Shrek. When he turns into a human, kinda, kinda feels like that's what I look like with short hair. Hey Google, can you show me human Shrek? Not human strike, bro. This is just tripping me out. Yeah, me with short hair and a little bit more. This movie tripped me out. And again, right? I watched that as a freaking 6-year-old. I saw myself in human Shrek as a 6-year-old. I saw the fractal of drinking a potion to, pretend to be something I'm not. There's so much trouble we put ourselves through. All right. Mm, love your plan. Man, how beautiful. Picture for us. All right, I have to go to the grocery store. Bless you. Get that food. Grab your sensory gear. Fish stuff. You got this. Not watching Love You Again. Understands in 3, 2, Shrek. And feeling like I've gone so far, the colloquialism for such a feeling is crossing the Rubicon. Yeah, you ain't no Shrek, bruv. Lies, bro. Fucking lies, dude. I get Shrek even more now, dude. People are coming into my swamp, dude, taking my shit. Some bullshit, dude. No, no, no. Sorry that your parents didn't think Shrek was the devil's work. Why didn't they? It was pretty tame, relatively speaking. The first movie was like a classic. It's so good. Shrek 1 is such a good movie. It's so good. So I think they were like, yeah, we can let Shrek slide. It's fine. I think they enjoyed it as well. That's the thing. Melt in his pretty flowers and scars, baby, you're the eyelash betting dragon who just want to be pretty on her wedding day. Thank you. That's so nice. So nice of you to say such things, Sam. Bless your heart. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much like Bridge Troll do you feel right now? I'm like 7. I'm like a 7 on Bridge Troll. I've been more Bridge Troll than I am right now. Thank you very much. I have seen myself at level 10 Bridge Troll, and I'm like at most a 7 right now. Only because I feel like I don't think I look that much Bridge Troll, but I feel pretty Bridge Troll. I'm still feeling pretty good, Joy. It was becoming clear to me that I've grown muscles over the last year, and I've been kind of full of myself lately. Sam, bless your heart. You did. Seriously, make that yoga look easy. Like I was pleasantly surprised and inspired by your strength. And I thought to myself that other women would be too. Right? So, dude, be full of yourself. Feel that self pride. You did that, right? Nobody can take that from you either. You showed up for yoga, and now you are strong. You got muscles because you showed up. So bless you. You deserve to feel that way. Uh, Sam is a 0 on Bridge Troll scale, of course. I thought you were asking me. Sorry for hijacking your question, Sam. One of the cats here looks just like Puss in Boots. He slept on the pillow next to me. That's so nice. Sam, you might be absorbing some of my adoration for you after your yoga stops. I'm working on your warrior pose transition. Like, damn, Sam, cool. Bless your heart. Did anyone hear that Southernism? He just so casually threw out. My gosh, you guys, did you hear? I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have totally not been melted by you friends' minds. Right? I am totally individual. I am. I'm just myself. Thank you very much. I am special, my ego says. I am me. I am I am myself. Manifesting Midwest melt more. You manifest. I'm manifesting as well on this side. Puss in Boots quality. Of course, I heard it. I need to work on my warrior pose transitions. You're your warrior, hun. Bless. Simon, I love your loveliness. Just want to remind you, bless. Thank you, Jovan, for doing so. I haven't fallen over lately in warrior, so things are improving. Sure, be feeling that strength as well. Yeah, that's the nice thing. Like it is. Experientially kind of boring, my yoga practice, right? I do try and spruce it up with my conversations, with my mind stuff, but the posing is the exact same every day by day, doing the exact same yoga practice, and it's like 15 to 20 minutes. And the reason I believe that's, in my mind at least, the best way to do a daily practice is because you learn so much about yourself, right? Like yesterday, I really enjoyed practicing yoga. Today, I really didn't. Like, really didn't, right? And it's the exact same practice. I'm the exact same me, but I felt tired, and that tired felt like a weakness. I could still feel in the way I was moving myself, right? Like again, feeling like I'm locked away from my own potential. I could still feel like I was strong in my movements, but I felt weak in my ability to let myself make them, if that makes sense. And hearing that you're not falling over in your warrior pose anymore means that you have literally grown stabilizer muscles in your legs and feet that weren't there before and now will be there serving you no matter what you do. And it is it is one of those things. Like I wonder if it's enough. That's the thing that I'm thinking about, right? Is it enough to just do my practice? Because that's for many days these days the only thing I do fitness wise. I've been trying to do a little bit more push-ups on the side, but it's basically just those 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm done for my whole day. I still try to move around, but that's about it. I felt so disjointed to me before adding in the swoopy Katara move. If anyone who missed the demo that day wants to see it, let me know and I can show you. Maybe, maybe you can make a YouTube channel. Samasana. There we go. Channel name established. Asana is like yoga pose, right? It's a word for yoga pose. Or, yeah. And Sam is her name, Samasana. That's a sick name. Take it, Sam. And then make at least one YouTube video of how to do swoopy swoopy. You can do a short one. It doesn't even have to be a full video. Samasana, it's good, right? Loizana, I like Loizana's putting it in chat. It is so good. People will like. I'm gonna keep encouraging you, friends, to make content because that is what I believe needs to be done. Your soul will be appreciated indefinitely if you give some parts of it. That is perfect. Yeah, yeah. I still wobble sometimes. Me too, right? And then I'll notice in those days of wobbling, like the sense of humility and like the rebalancing, like finding that balance in yourself as well. It really depends on how I feel 10 minutes before going into yoga. It's so beautiful that you've noticed, those differences as well. Joy, I haven't fallen over completely in a while, but every time I wobble, I think of you, Sam. Yeah, I need to see the demo, please. I think about you when I wobble in Warrior too. So much love. Tag me in a wobble a lot, dear Lois. Let me know
when we can carve some time out together for a call and we'll work on it. Bless. My little terror of a noodle, the Schnauzer poodle, actually does downward dog in the mat with me. He's so lucky. He's so stinking cute. Now he just needs to start quitting the stink. Come on, come on. You gotta. As an oppose, Sam pose. I like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's perfect. We buzz of you now. Thank you, Simon. That's why I worry about being tired, about needing rest sometimes. You know, I feel like I want to give you friends the buzzy energy. And knee stretches along with me too. Downward dog, and then other ones. Maybe it's mini cobra. That's so freaking cute. Bless you all, Melty. Joy, Joe. Shan is no longer here, Clint. Like, weirdly enough, like, it's so trippy that you say her name as well. Because when I saw yours, I thought about Shan. Because, like, one of the things that, when Shan was still here was like a point of focus. A little Burby just landed, coming to look at me. I think it's like a kingfisher, but it's not blue. I wonder if I can show you. There he is. Or she. Sitting on the palisade outside. Moving, bopping, weaving the little head. So yeah, one of the things that me and Shan, talked about when she was still here was you, Clint, and worrying about you and, you know, thinking about where you are. So bless, bless both of you. No burps. Yeah. Had to honor the burps. It is very emotional here, being amongst amazing souls. I was blessed to still be among the living after spiritually refusing to leave this body. Bless you, bro. You're not done living just yet, man. None of us are. There's still more cool stuff to do, dude. Like we're living in the age before the real stuff starts happening, right? Like you have to at least survive long enough to see the wackiness unfold. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be floral. Clint, it took me a minute, buddy. I'm so fucking glad to see you here again. Bless. Thank you, dear Sam, for honoring him with some love as well. Looks like Kingfisher Burp. Yeah, it's like Kingfisher Burp. It's like Kingfisher Burp. It was a little bit more brownish as opposed to the blue vibes. So it might be a lady. It is then a lady, probably, actually. All right. What is my intention for pulling a card? Rest. I already believe this card. Orange? Her chest is orange. Kingfishers are some of my favorites, with their disproportionately massive heads and equally sized bodies. Weirdly enough, that's also the things that I look at when I look at those little creatures. Like absolute faces, right? Like, and for me, I think there's this connection of like bigger face means more like person or whatever. This is the card we pulled today. That gold also looks kind of orange, Sano. You can see the orange emanating from the chest. Little porcelain getter. Transformation. Things are changing on a cellular level. Deep healing. deep healing. Not any of that shallow healing you're having. No, thank you. Transformation. Um, you said we should pull card 35. I don't know if it is. It's like it's like 30. It's like 38. This is card 38, but it doesn't really have numbers attached to it in the same way the other deck does. Transformation. 106. All right, you ready? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago, or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work, for you are transforming. Ooh, I'm seeing things. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within yourselves. It is time to release old ways of being that have kept you in flight, fight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. I need to meditate more. I need to meditate more, like a lot more. Right. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside, and Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise exercise regime, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support, as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. Remember, you are deeply loved. This card took me on a ride, yo. I'm frazzled. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. That is the way it's written, Oshun. The love of the original mother, an African goddess. All right. Let me self-soothe by making some doof doof. I won't blame you if you leave right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get my drum, and then we're gonna play some. But before we do, I will melt more. I will melt more. This card is hitting me hard too. It's pretty real. Getting called out by the universe. And this might be me getting called out as well. Weed is definitely a way I self-soothe. But it didn't tell me to cease soothing myself in certain ways. No. It just told me to find new ways. to self-soothe, to not only self-soothe in this one way, because that forms an attachment, and that is, a possibility for suffering. Right? Yeah. No, come back, sir. There we go. I tried to tell you about her one time. You said no, too many gods to keep track of. Yeah, and I'll say it again. I don't worship or revel gods, right? Unfortunately. I don't care too much. I will recognize the energy that it's supposed to archetype, but I know that those archetypes are available inside all of us, right? In the collective consciousness. So there's no needing to keep track of it. It's like keeping track of my own arm, right? I don't have to keep track of the names of some of the bones, some of the muscles, the way the veins connect, right? Like I don't have to think about any of that stuff. It just is a part of me. And that's how I feel about all of these, flares we have spinned on consciousness. When we do child's posing yoga, I work on connecting and conversing with my very young self, reparenting in a way. That's the best way to use that pose. Thank you for sharing that wisdom as well. Then I gave him shit for it, and he googled Hirizano. Yeah, it's true because of the whole African goddess thing. Sometimes it feels like young me hears me. I believe they do, right? Because that version of you that is young hasn't aged. It doesn't age, right? It is ageless, right? And is something ageless extremely old or forever new? No, 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 no. I'd like to think that all of those times I wasn't distressed as a kid. Maybe it was future me, aka current me, reaching back with comfort and reassurance. I mean, I've had experiences like that with LSD, Louisiana, so I don't know if I wanna say yes, that is 100% what happens, but I have had experiences where that was 100% what happens. Like I have like a mini panic attack kind of vibe because I'm suddenly in an experience of state of mind that I was not expecting. And then I'll find myself weeks or days later thinking back to that experience, realizing I'm inducing it by thinking about it in that moment. Like it's like a deja vu fractal. All right. Mm, Me too. And also I sit between my feet and feel that. Same here. You friends. The total eclipse did things for me. Everyone all around looking up at the sky. People were cheering and laughing. People were applauding and crying. I couldn't help to be like, yo, I think this is worship. That's beautiful. With that in mind, I am gonna worship the feminine divine. Take in her florally flavors. Make her a part of my mind. Too much? And I couldn't help but feel like, yo, I think this is worship. And we knew about this. Imagine not knowing it's going to happen. And then for 5 minutes, the sun just turns into a ring of fire. It is wild, right? Like, and again, some people use that information against others. They were like, they knew the eclipse was coming. And then they were like, bro, you better do this or that's just gonna happen. And then they don't do this. And then a ring of fire in the sky. Suddenly, you misinterpret and you start worshiping the person because you think they have some sort of power. This is a life worthy of worship, right? Bless you, Jovan. Thank you for worshiping with me. That's what I'm trying to say. No wonder so many religions exist. This is a life worthy of worship. Ultra wild, total eclipse. Yeah, like a once in a lifetime event that Jovan happened to be in the path of totality for. They actually did take a proper moment to go and appreciate it. Something went awry on that last heat cycle, and my worship turned inward because I had to appreciate my ability to not say anything about the bad flavor I was experiencing. I did intend to vape that and then go and get my drums, so I will do so. Total Eclipse in the UK 2090. I'll see you there, Simon. I'll see you there. Javan, that is amazing. She really is. Louisiana, like, she doesn't pull her punches. Alright, that should be fine. Jump down.
nice. Okay. I appreciate you, dear friends, for joining me. What a pleasure. As always. Let me see. Know what? Cheers. Intermittent smoking begins. Honoring you so deeply. Hoping that my music soothed your being in that cloudy state. Mindfully here with you, dear Joe. Sending you so much lemons. There we go. Back to the whites. Okay. Very cool garden. Not to change the subject, but I'm working on a watercolor. It's my first time working with watercolors, and it's very soothing. I posted an in-progress photo in general. Bless you. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see. Oh, let me at him. Oh, wow! Zano created a thing. We haven't seen it yet, but she mentioned that she was going to that class where they're gonna make something out of tin. That's what you made. So sweet. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. Bernas. Ooh! Flowers! I am biased. I am very biased. I do like flowers, but these are amazing looking. Blows out. They look great. Make more, please. Make so much more art, please. Serve us all with your lovin's by making art, boys. ADHD lo-fi chill mix, nice. For sleepy family. Alright. Clint says, oh wow. Jovan blessing our friends. Gabadygoo, Kelly, Gigi, Gary Lee, nice. Bless him. And Clicker, all with memberships. Thank you, Zano. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Thank you, Jovan, so much for blessing all of our friends with so much of this love. And my mind is melting a bit right now. Love is true. Brother Bear, that card has an energy I haven't felt since stream 489. Emotional overload. Yo. That warms my heart to hear, friend. Sam, fucking amazing to hear. The present, the warm present. So much love. Zano, that's so good. It really is. Like, I'm so grateful for you, friends. I mean, hell yeah. But I was aiming for Glenn. Yeah, you did. You hell yeah. My neurons feel like they were woo doing a Mexican wave still going back and forth. I don't think they know when they're supposed to stop. Love is true. Kez is here as well? No, I don't think so. I think it's just the people who got gifted. Oh no, that's Kelly! Kelly is here! Kelly is in chat right now. Bless you, Kelly. Thank you for joining us. Did you get a notification that Jovan blessed you with a membership? Probably. I am saying goodbye though. So, have the most revitalizing day, everyone. Your for realsers know so super massively and very muchly macho grando endeared, mesmerized Meltmore, and all of you oh so very peacefully, gratefully, healthily, caringly, nurturingly, sweetly, calmly, lovingly, connectedly, blissfully, blissfully, gratefully, endearingly, amazingly, authentically, wholesome, humanimal, critter creatures? Humanimals recognizing the rest is necessary. Yeah, it is. Feeling like my mind almost like started filling in the banks of critter creatures, like it's the rest of it.
and realizing that the rest is also important. The rest is necessary. Thank you, dear friends. I got the call, but I missed you all. All, as always, carrying you with me. It's been wild. I'll check with you, beautiful souls, tomorrow, I promise. Love is the truest. Bless you. Melita. Yeah. It's nice having you. Came here right in time to say goodbye. Sending you all a warm embrace. Holding consciousness in this moment of closeness. And then saying goodbye once again. I'll see you friends again tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. I love you.